Welcome back to the Sheffield United career mode. We enter the January transfer window today and want to say thank you for all of your suggestions for potential transfers and incomings for this particular window. I have a number of names on my shortlist, some of which are potentially not available this window but might be in the summer, some of which are available to buy, some of which are available to sign from the free agents, some we would potentially look to loan as well, and others just having a look to see how good they may well be compared to their real life selves. Some players had breakout seasons IRL this year and their ratings won't necessarily be as high as they should be until FC24. So we want to scout and see where players are. But thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for your feedback as well. We put the camera angle to a vote. It was quite close, to be fair, but we will be sticking with the camera angle we currently are using. I've moved myself to the top, as you saw in the last episode. I've also made the camera slightly smaller as well to give you more of a view of the rest of what's going on the pitch. So hopefully that further enhances your enjoyment of the camera. And for those of you that were on the fence about it, hopefully that brings you on board. I'm thoroughly enjoying it and think it brings something extra to the content, and evidently the majority, albeit a slight majority, agree. So we'll keep the camera angle as it is. And I want to say thank you to Nathan as well for joining the Patreon. Very much appreciate that, mate. If you could reply to my message on Patreon, that would be superb. So we're going to sim against Manchester City to begin today. We've got Derby County in the FA Cup coming up at the weekend. Then the opportunity to get payback against Brentford for that 4-0 drubbing in the last episode, which I'd very much like to get payback for. Actually, it might have been the episode before that, because we haven't won a game since Wolves 6 Premier League games ago, and we've only won 2 of the past handful. So really would like to get back on the wagon today. Probably won't do that against Manchester City, but a win in the Cup and a win in the league would set us up nicely for the second half of the season, and hopefully some of those scout reports come back before we get to the end of the episode, and we might be able to make a couple of signings today. One I am pretty sure I'm going to try and look to make between this City game and the Derby County one is Donny van de Beek in on loan from Manchester United. That's one that I'm pretty sure I'm going to do regardless, just in the short term. Outside of that, we'll wait and see what everyone looks like. But we're going to go and head to City first, and then Derby and Brentford after that. Drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of this save, and let's jump in. Foden's in. And Foden scores 1-0 to Manchester City. They beat us, was it 3-0 at the Etihad earlier this season, which was at the time our biggest defeat of the year. Now, thanks to that Brentford game, our second biggest defeat of the year. Oof, but we nearly equalised immediately. Go on, Ollie. McBurney in the box. McBurney, Jefferson. Would have been a late equaliser. Still could be, perhaps. Corner crossed in. Half cleared away. It is an equaliser! Ollie McBurney's the man to put it in the back of the net. You love to see it. What a finish. Manchester City finally carved open. We're retraining Ben Osborne as a centre mid, actually. Something that I haven't mentioned to you guys that we have done in between episodes. And, well, Ollie McBurney can get the praise of the home fans by now being substituted off immediately. And everyone can give him a firm round of applause after cheering his name for scoring the equalising goal. With 4 minutes to go, we should be able to hold on here against Manchester City to get a very good point. Will be... panic. It will be 4 draws in a row, I think, in the Prem now. All of which also being 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. Which isn't great. A couple from 1 goal up being pegged back. A couple from 1 goal down and finding an equaliser. But the unbeaten streak continues. And having had Manchester City and Arsenal in that unbeaten streak, we can't perhaps be too concerned. They are all 1-1. Arsenal, Palace, Luton, and now Manchester City. And if we can get Donny van de Beek in on loan before the game against Derby County in the FA Cup, then we'll be in a very happy position moving forward for the rest of the month. Where are you, Donny boy? Bollocks. Can't loan him in. All right, there goes that plan then. Strasbourg have offered me Ismail Doucouré and £820,000 for Ryan Brewster. I don't know anything about Ismail Doucouré. We don't need a centre-back because we're going to get Austin Trusty. So I'm happy to reject that for Brewster. It is something I'm potentially open to. I would be open to Ryan Brewster going. Jefferson is kind of the younger striker that I'd like to potentially try and get the most out of. Fingers crossed Jebo keeps growing as well, because he's grown very well so far and has had a strong part to play in the season to this point. But certainly we would like to keep our eye on that striking role. I'm not desperate for strikers. Obviously we have Alex Myers to come back into the fray in 3 months' time, and hopefully he continues to improve, despite the fact that he's actually gone down a rating since picking up that injury. Really frustrating that we haven't been able to utilise him, but it has meant that Jefferson has had the first team football that he craved and that we wanted to give him, and it means that he's been able to grow very well. We won't accept any bids for Sander Berger, thank you very much. He certainly stays, and we'll accept the short-term loan for AJ Knights as well. More of the Patreon players heading on out, and up for us next is Derby County. Well, we've arrived at Pride Park. Joe Wildsmith in goal for Derby County. David McGoldrick up top for them. They've not got a bad team, Derby, and certainly it's one of the better squads in League One. But crucially, unfortunately for Derby fans last year, it is still League One this year. So we'll wait and see if this Derby County side can actually pull up some sort of performance. We're playing a couple of fringe players again. So Benny Traore gets his first start for the club. Slimane is into the starting lineup. Baldock, Robinson and Larousse also playing now as well. But obviously we have the better players on the bench should we need them, which we did against Leyton Orient, but hopefully against Derby, now that we've got a bit more experience with this side, we will be able to deal with a lower league opposition. Derby trying. Derby failing to find a way past Aduro. There's the option central there. Bird finds McGoldrick, who turns well, but it's comfortable enough for Mr. Fotheringham, who we are looking to replace, but maybe not until the end of the season. I haven't yet decided about goalkeeper. We certainly don't think we want a new striker. There are a number of players that, like with Sheffield United, this side having earned their promotion to the Premier League, I am apprehensive to get rid of the majority of the squad too early. I want to give these players the chance to keep the side in the league is the plan. Sander Berger is too tall to be taking corners. To be fair, Slimani's no tiny player either, but we'll get that in. Sander Berger was underneath it as it happens, but it's over the bar, unfortunately. Berger isn't normally on my corners. It's only because of the rotation of the squad that he found himself on the set piece. 0-0 in the 39th minute. The last action of this first half could be a Sheffield United goal. Larousse actually going to tuck this back, if I can, to Jebo. And then dart inside and look to whip one. Oh, I genuinely thought that was in. I really thought it was going to nestle in the far top corner. It took an age, it felt like, to actually work its way towards goal, but just didn't quite bend enough. Elder. Oh, it's a nice ball inside, actually. And Knight through the gap. Barkhausen. McGoldrick. I tried to dangle a leg and couldn't get to it. Dangled the leg again and couldn't get to it. And Fotheringham has to make the save. Presnel Kimpembe to Spurs, I think that just said in the top left. As a transfer gets made in the Premier League. Intrigued to see what else happens throughout the course of this window, with this being the first transfer window of the save, of course. Benny. Oh, slightly under hit, but Jebo's going to have the pace to get away. Now, can he finish? No, he can't. Off the bar from Daniel Jefferson. He just can't quite seem to find the back of the net today, can he? Onside here, Koulibaly, I think, because the player that was on the floor. He can find the back of the net. Brilliant finish in front of the travelling fans. Only 45 minutes or so down the M1, and well worth the trip for those away fans at the minute. Koulibaly smacks it home. That might be the coming of age for him. He might hold on to that first team spot if he can do that regularly. Ismaila Koulibaly at the near post. Thwack. Channel to Larousse. Koulibaly, our goal scorer, finds Larousse again. Need runners. Koulibaly is presenting himself as an option and could cut this back here. And Traore. Oh, is he onside, Slimane? He is. Sorry, Derby. I don't really feel like you deserve that, but we'll take it. Not only the goal, but the progression through to the next round of the FA Cup as well. 2-0. That's a deep throw. It's going to find McGoldrick. Barkhausen under pressure. Pressure dealt with by Anil Ahmedhodzic, but he actually drifted a bit further away with that touch than I thought he was going to, and Derby have pulled one back. It's well worked once they've won possession back. I'll be honest, that touch from Ahmedhodzic was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Lovely back heel from McGoldrick, and the first time finish off the inside of the post is very impressive too from Knight on his left foot, bending away from the keeper at all times and just inside the sticks. They're back in it, but hopefully still, by the end of it, out of it. Slimane looking for Benny Traore. Oh, surely now. Jefferson! Yeah, sorry, County. You pulled one back, and 4 minutes later, you're 2 goals down again. 3-1! And Jebo on the score sheet once more. To Koulibaly. Runners around him, including Ben Osborne. Come on at left wing back here, despite the fact that we're now retraining him as a central midfielder. Floated in, and on the volley would have been George Baldock. Fullback to fullback would have been beautifully done had he been able to get there, Georgie. But 3 minutes added on feels a little bit too much, actually. Fleck can't quite get that under control. We are going to win in the FA Cup by 3-1. We should get some scout reports back in this intermediary period between the Derby game and the Brentford game as well. So we might be making a signing in the next 7 days. We shall wait and see. Also find out who we're going to get in the next round of the FA Cup as well, actually, which will be drawn within this month of January. So we're going to have an extra game thrown into the schedule for probably tomorrow's episode, if we're honest. But certainly it makes January busier, but that's not a problem. We don't mind. It'd be great to go on an FA Cup run in our first Premier League season. And we'll find out in due course once the replays have been played who we've gotten. There's a bit of a gap, isn't there, look, between the 3 in the relegation zone and then those that are safe. So avoiding defeat against Brentford in the next one would be pretty crucial, really, to ensure that we keep our head as far enough. Well, we'd be head and shoulders above water then, wouldn't we? If we can avoid defeat against Brentford and maintain that 7-point gap. Getting those points against Arsenal and Manchester City, just keeping the points tally ticking over, even when we're not necessarily winning a lot of games, has been important. So we'll see what we can do then here against Brentford. We'll try and get payback for that defeat that we got earlier in the season. Ivan Toney now back from injury for Brentford, so he'll no doubt start for them. Make sure that their lineup is as strong as it could be, and then we'll head to Bramall Lane. Brentford, Mark Flecken in goal for them. Aaron Hickey, Ben Mee, Christopher Ayer, Nathan Collins and Rico Henry. Midfield 3, Vitaly Janelt, Matthias Jensen, Mikkel Damsgaard, with Brian and Burmo up top alongside Ivan Toney. Can't instigate a ban in-game, so Toney plays, rather than artificially leave Ivan Toney out. It's not like they're going to not play him in other games, so he might as well play in this one. Hopefully, though, they won't get as good a result as they did last time. To be fair, when they were our bogey team in the RTG, they didn't have Toney in that save at that moment either. Oh my god. But it turns out, with Ivan Toney, they're just as good as they were in the last game. That was a ridiculous run. That's a ridiculously poor attempted pass from Koulibaly. And we might be in trouble again. And Burma using a turn of pace. Toney blocked and saved by Foderingham. Yeah, Brentford apparently are just gods again, so it seems. And Berger. Ollie McBurney on the run. Ollie McBurney in behind. I tell you what, his acceleration stat is terrible, Ollie Burney. But once he actually gets going, he's pretty uncatchable at times. We've done more than we did against Brentford in 90 minutes. Inside 9, I think, here at Bramall Lane now. McBurney breaks the offside trap, just gets the acceleration in, and he's off. Buried beautifully. We'll take the lead. Our number 9 in the 9th minute with his 9th goal of the game. Perfect. I don't know what happened there, but we've gotten rid of it. No, we haven't. Free kick for Brentford right on the edge of the box. It just kind of bobbled up. Hit an arm. It will be in Burmo. Oh! Post and wide from Bryant. Really good attempt. Difficult when it's that close in to get it up, down and in on target. Thankfully for me, it wasn't on target. I thought if it had been, I think that certainly would have gone in. It's a nice turn by Jaden Bogle too. He's grown very well this season. particularly impressed by both fullbacks' growth. And Ollie McBurney's in again. Ollie McBurney! Oh, straight at Fleck and terrible second attempt. Might have a go. Jensen, Damsgaard, Jensen, Damsgaard. Oh, tries to squeeze it in before the defender could get a toe in. Did so. Another good save by West Fotheringham. Floated into the middle. And finally, they have their goal. Captain Ben Mee up from the back. Brilliant header. Looping over the keeper and into the back of the net. I thought we were going to win that header, to be honest, when I saw where it was going to land. But Ben Mee's done brilliantly. Almost looked like it came off the back of the head of the defender, actually. We'll have a look at this replay. Was it... Yeah, I think it came off Max Lowe. Last touch. I think Ben Mee might have headed it onto the head, the top of the head of Max Lowe. Into the back of the net it flew. And they have themselves an equaliser. Bogle. Not where that was supposed to go. Foul on me, maybe? No. And Burmo. Oh, Jensen's in. And Tony is square if he needs him. Big save. And away, please. Oh, my God. And Burmo with the delivery from the corner. Seconds to go in the half. No. Does he give a pen? I think he's give a pen. Ollie McBurney, yellow card. He has given a penalty. They shouldn't even have taken the corner in the first place. Ollie McBurney's attempted block the shot was to throw himself at the feet of the man. Well, whoever in English football isn't going to miss a penalty, it's either Ivan Toney or Harry Kane. It's Ivan Toney on this occasion. Very heavily into stoppage time at the end of the first half. And unfortunately, Brentford now lead. Bogle. And Berger. And Burney. And Jebison. Goal! Level! Didn't take long. 3 minutes into the second half. And we're back on terms with Brentford now. 2-2 here. 4 goals in the first game. All for Brentford. 4 goals in this game. Split evenly 2 apiece. Flecken couldn't do anything about that. McBurney goes from scorer to provider. And Jebison, well, to be fair, I think Ben Mee probably should have tried to get a block in on that, shouldn't he? But far too passive in the defending. Saw me winding up for the shot. Thought he put his faith in his keeper. Wrong decision. Basham. And Lowe. Koulibaly going. Koulibaly gone. Where to go? Back down there. Low. Well, Jebo's there, available, sure. If I can tuck this back to McBurney. Oh, surely he scores from there, I was going to say. How has he not scored from there? 5 yards out. The entirety of the goal to aim at. And he kicks it straight at the keeper. Ollie, you're supposed to be the best goal scorer this club has got. Prove it, pal. Hickey. Janelt. And Burmo. I flattened Janelt. And they'll misuse their advantage and not take it and use it to their advantage. Fleck out wide to Baldock. Got the option inside. Here's Ryan Brewster now. Oh, it's a brilliant ball. It's an excellent ball. Daniel Jebison wins it for Sheffield United. The Blades are going to get 3 points with a 3-2 win at home against Brentford, and payback is assured. Even sweeter having come from behind as well. That ball from Ryan Brewster was chef's kiss. What an assist. Calm and composed as well, Daniel Jebison. Under control in the box. Settle himself, pick his spot. We'll win! Inside. Jensen. Oh, speaking of balls that are great for assists. There was 2. The assist and the assist of the assist. We're not going to win against Brentford. Vitaly Janelt gives it the big one in front of the home fans, and Brentford find their equaliser, but that was quite the goal. Oh, man. Heartbreak again. Bogey team back to prove themselves once more. Lovely ball through there. Hickey picks out his man in the middle and slammed home. Bloody hell. I hate Brentford. I loved the save we did with them a couple of years ago, and ever since then they've been nothing but a pain in my arse. 3 minutes added on at the end of the game, and there might yet be more to come. Ben Osborne's so slow in getting the ball under control and playing the pass that Mbermo has stolen it back. Here's Aaron Hickey. Jensen from the edge of the box, maybe Damsgaard comfortably saved, but 3-3 in the end, and the drawing run continues. Why can't we win a Premier League game? Please, someone let me beat you. 16 efforts Brentford had in that game. My God, it really could have been a Brentford win. I don't think we deserved the win, but we certainly didn't deserve defeat, even despite the amount of chances that Brentford had. I wanted to... Oh, I thought they... I was like, I don't know what that means. With regards to the shirt sales, we've made £10.3 million. Very rare that you even get a shirt sale objective, so I was a little bit weirded out by that. I didn't really know what I was looking at for a moment. With regards to the other objectives, our home goal scoring streak at the minute is a max of 6. I think that's the current streak that we're on, actually. Obviously, avoid relegation, we're doing well. Round of 16 of the FA Cup is wanted. We are in the round of 32 against Wickham, a game that we'll play in the next episode. Financially, we've ticked that one, and we haven't had any luck with Youth Academy players so far, but the current status and ball confidence is excellent. The current league table position is still 13th as we draw and draw and draw again. The gap to Brentford is still 7 points, so we're still very much head and shoulders above water. And, well, Luton Town and Bournemouth now 7 and 6 points respectively from safety. Not looking good for the two at the bottom. Brentford within touching distance just of Nottingham Forest, and then a little bit further for Burnley, Brighton and Fulham. But we're doing enough so far. We're doing enough. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to loan in Donny van der Beek because Man United aren't open to loaning him. Tuanzebe has gone to Rangers, so that's no longer a deal we could do, although at centre-back we're not really looking for anyone at the moment. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is still a free agent, and I am tempted by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for a season, maybe for 18 months or so. A bid from Norwich for Daniel Jefferson, which rather evidently we are going to turn down. Do I do Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? It would only be for 18 months because I think he'd probably start to decline after not too long. He's only 77 rated, so he's not a massive upgrade on what we've got. Charlie Patino just isn't there yet, I don't think. Zorgane or Zorgan, not sure how to pronounce his name to be completely honest. I don't know enough about yet to really commit. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall at 24 certainly could be an option. Maybe we do Oxlade-Chamberlain. We're still waiting for the full scout report on Vinny Souza as well as a holding midfielder. And that looks like something that is going to go through in real life. So he certainly would be someone that we're looking to. Maybe we sign Vinny Souza. Because if you look at age, look at players' age, we do have a quite an old squad. So everybody you see there is first team apart from Davies and Robinson. And they're all late 20s, early 30s. Fotheringham or Basham we're looking to replace with Trusty. Fotheringham we'll look to replace in the summer, I think. Norwood we're going to look to replace with Vinny Souza. Fleck we could look to replace with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain perhaps. And then it would continue to keep the squad rolling over because Oxlade-Chamberlain would then be moved on in 18 months' time as well. Egan for the time being I'm happy enough with. Jules Baldock for the time being I'm happy enough with. Obviously at the minute Jaden Bogle starts on the right hand side actually. So Baldock is second string. Osborne we're retraining it as a central midfielder, but he too is aging a little bit. And then you're into the younger players that are actually growing quite well. Max Lowe up 3, Sander Berger up 3, Ahmed Hozic up 4, Jaden Bogle up 4, Koulibaly up 2 so far, but improving all the time. Brewster's up 2, La Rousse's up 3. So we do have some good young players. We do have some aging older players as well. And there probably are better options than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But in terms of content, oh no, ignore me. Adam Austin has been approached by PSG. That's just a player that is on my shortlist from the Patreon. I thought I saw Austin and Arsenal. My brain went, no, how? Austin Trusty, no. It's not happening, don't worry. Panic over. We'll deal with Matthew Davidson's loan deal in a moment. So, in terms of content, for me, it would make sense to get Oxlade-Chamberlain in, use him for 18 months, and then have you guys give me someone else to replace him with at the end of Season 2. And that would mean that Norwood and Fleck are taken out of the starting lineup, and as their age and ultimately decline, they won't improve. Obviously, Vinny Souza, we are going to look to do, and certainly will do if Sheffield United do him in real life. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think I will. But maybe in the next episode. I'll gauge it off Twitch chat, because I need to record tomorrow's episode ahead of time. So I'll gauge it off. Off Twitch chat. Well, that will do us for today then. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any further thoughts on the transfer window, maybe something I can do between January and the summer, then do let me know, because I am looking to, of course, improve the squad as time goes by. It just so happens that we're going to look to get both transfer episodes recorded in the same day. So that's why I asked you guys for feedback in the last episode. So we'll see what happens for you guys from your perspective for the remainder of the transfer window, which is going to happen now on Twitch and tomorrow on YouTube. But things are going to move very quickly in the final 2 weeks of the transfer window, I feel, and we shall wait and see what happens. Drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in that transfer window ending episode tomorrow.